Message Studio, you can also create basic animation through either of three methods. First, you can create a message in a text frame that contains text and a character or object that move together across the screen. For example, open a new message from the File menu. Select the corresponding display type and activate a new text frame. Type in 2 lines with center alignment the text Cruise Lines Specials. Next, place the cursor in the third line of the message. From the text menu, open the character map and select Font Graphic 15. Select a character such as a ship and close the map. Since we're working with a single frame message, we'll adjust the time and effects directly on this frame. So change the duration to 0 seconds in the frame direction box. Next, open the Entry Effect menu below and select Scroll Left. Now preview the frame and you'll see the text will move across the screen continuously until you stop it. If you want the scroll effect to run slower, stop the preview, go to the Properties dialog box and change the duration. Click Apply, then OK, and preview the message once more. Once you've finished creating the message, don't forget to save it. To do so, open the File menu and select Save. In the Save Message dialog box, click on the plus sign next to the display type to open the library containing the folders. Select the folder where you would like to save the message in and type in the name for this message. Let's say Scrolling Boat and Text. Then click on Save. Another way to create basic animation is in a graphic frame, making the text stay still and the character or object move across the screen. So open a new message from the File menu, select the corresponding display type, and this time activate a new graphic frame. Delete the text frame opened by default. Click on the Venus Font button and then click inside the frame. Type in the green box, Happy Halloween. Then, click on the Object Selection tool and place the cursor inside the text box to see the 4 directional arrows. Drag the frame in the direction you wish to place the text, say the center of the frame, or you can also use the arrow keys in your keyboard to move the object. We'll now add a yellow outline to it, but make sure the text is selected. Click again on the Venus Text tool and then inside the frame. Another green box will be activated to add more text or a character. So open the character map from the text menu, select Font Graphic 15, and scroll with a slider bar to select a ghost. Again, drag the box where you would like by clicking on the Selector tool to activate the 4 directional arrows inside the box. We'll place the ghost to the far right of the frame. Add a copy of this frame, clicking on the Copy Frame button. Next, click on the Object Selection tool and then on the ghost in the copy. Use the left arrow in your keyboard to move the ghost, let's say 8 spaces to the left. Make another copy of this frame. Click on the Object Selection tool, and then on the ghost. With the left arrow in the keyboard, move the ghost 8 more spaces. Continue copying frames and moving the character to the left until it disappears from the frame. Next, open the Properties window. Leave the Effects fields in None, and change the duration to 0 seconds. Since in this message you added frames, you need to make sure that the changes apply to all frames. So in the Frame Range field, check the box next to Range From and type 1 in the box. Then, check the duration box. Then click on Apply, and finally OK. Now you can preview the message. You will see that the ghost will move across the screen while the text stays still. If you find that the character moves too fast, readjust the duration in the Properties box again. Once you've finished creating the message, don't forget to save it. To do so, open the File menu and select Save. In the Save Message dialog box, click on the plus sign next to the display type to open the library containing the folders. Select the folder where you would like to save the message in and type in the name for this message, let's say Halloween. Then click on Save. The third way to create animation is again in a graphic frame. For example, you can make a ball bounce across the display. Open a new message from the File menu, select the corresponding display type, and activate a new graphic frame. Click on the New Image Box tool, and then inside the frame. A red box will appear on the frame. Click inside this box to activate a green box around it and the 4 directional arrows. Next, click on the Fill tool, select black from the color palette, and then click inside the red box so that it turns black. Click again on the Object Selection tool and move the cursor inside the green box to activate the 4 directional arrows. Drag the box to the bottom left corner of the frame. Click on the Shapes tool, change the fill color, then choose a filled circle, and draw it inside the box in the frame. Then, make a copy of this frame. Click on the Object Selection tool and then inside the green box to activate again the 4 directional arrows and drag the shape upward diagonally. Make another copy of this frame. Click again on the Object Selection tool and then inside the green box and drag the box further up diagonally. Continue copying and dragging the ball until it has reached the top of the frame. Bear in mind that the greater the distance between the copied objects, the less smooth the animated effect will be. Notice the frame sequence to the right. See how the ball seems to have bounced upward from frame to frame. Now keep on copying and dragging the ball downward so that it seems to bounce back down as it hits the top. Once you've finished copying and dragging, open the Properties window. Change the duration field to 0 seconds. In the frame range, check the Range From field. Select frames 1 to the last frame number in the message. Next, click on Apply and finally on OK. You are now ready to preview the animation. If you find that the ball moves too fast, go back to the Properties window again and adjust the duration to your preference. As always, once you've finished creating the message, don't forget to save it. To do so, open the File menu and select Save. In the Save Message dialog box, click on the plus sign next to the display type to open the library containing the folders. Select the folder where you would like to save the message in and type in the name for this message, let's say Bouncing Ball.